Weekly Renewal is brought to you by Calvo Select Care.
Half a day, I'm Claire Calvo, bringing you your weekly renewal. When we think of New Year's resolutions, most of us think of a diet plan or a fitness regimen or some sort of self-improvement goal that we try to achieve within a certain amount of time. And as a holistic health advocate and business owner in the field of fitness and wellness for the past 2 decades, I, for one, have definitely been focused on detox programs, fitness programs, and the like. However, this year I am more specifically focused on social wellness. When we think of holistic health, there are different components. There's physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, as well as social. Albeit yoga does incorporate most of these under the umbrella of yoga practice, social networking has, for especially the past few years, been minimized primarily to online connections. And it has become more and more clear how important it is that we stay connected physically, face to face. These past 2 months specifically have been completely and utterly eye-opening and have reminded me of how fragile life is and what an important role our social wellness plays. And prayer, the power of prayer, fits into that social network. From as early as our childhood, we see how intrinsic a sense of connection, inclusion, and belonging is. Touch is essential. It has been well documented that a baby deprived of touch can fail to thrive, lose weight, and eventually die. There is evidence from the fields of development psychology, neurobiology, and animal epigenetic studies that neglect, parental inconsistency, and lack of love can lead to long-term mental health problems. Why is any or all of this important? Well, because we sometimes fail to recognize all the different factors that attribute to our health or lack thereof. Especially now, after we have experienced collective fear and anxiety, great loss, as well as lockdown and social distancing through the pandemic years. And although the world seems to have moved on for the most part, some of the regulations and procedures are shown to have had quite a lasting effect. So aside from reaching out to loved ones and staying connected and engaging in healthy relationships, what are some simple everyday practices we can do? Well, as simple as it may seem, there is science behind smiling. Once smiling muscles in our face contract, there is a positive feedback loop that goes to the brain and reinforces our feeling of joy. There's actual chemistry behind this. Smiling stimulates our brain's reward mechanisms in a way that even chocolate, which is a well-regarded pleasure inducer, cannot even match. It's also a scientific fact that seeing people smile stimulates our mirror neurons to suppress our facial muscle control and triggers our own smile. Smiling increases the production of dopamine, serotonin, and oxytocin, releases endorphins, and therefore reduces stress. There is also science behind hugging. Hugging is said to reduce anxiety, blood pressure, and helps us to relax. Oxytocin is referred to as the cuddle hormone for this very reason, that it is released when we hug. It's also referred to as the love hormone because we produce more of it when we are in close physical proximity with others. According to Carnegie Mellon University, hugging can also ward off stress and protect our immune system. So this new year, aside from focusing on our fitness goals and meal plans, it is essential that we focus on our mental, emotional, spiritual, as well as our social health. Smiling and hugging are a great way to start. Happy New Year. I'll see you next time on your Weekly Renewal.
Weekly Renewal is brought to you by Calvo Select Care.